Welcome to Excellency in Excel. I'm Nick Wong, and in this video, which is part 5 of the video series, we're going to focus on how to clean up our piece of code, because we have a lot of codes here and a lot of values, and let's simplify it, because basically what you should have is a input box and a output box. So you want to know how much you earn and how much the tax is based on the earnings you inserted here. That's what we want. So we don't want all these other formulas here because it's not interesting and not necessary. Your customer will not want to know all these levels here. They just want to know how much I have to pay. And that is the answer you need to give. Simple. So let's start to clean up the code. Step 1 is I want to clean up this here first. So I'm going to get this here. Or sorry, I'm going to get this design here and just get this here. Alright, so we have now a nice input or formula output. So the next part here is let's simplify this part. I'm going to remove all of these, delete this. And we have here a value of this will be an output, so we can just give it a design. So in here will be our output, and that's what we're going to work on. To get the output, what we have to do is we have to simplify or to include all the formulas all together. So I'm going to match them all together. So everything will be done instantly, because this is all too much. So step 1 is, of course, let's simplify the starting point. So we have here our VLOOKUP, and this VLOOKUP is getting the formula. So we're going to copy this formula. We're going to move it in here. As you can see, everything is here fine. Enter. Everything maintains. So next we can see here, we have here a formula. It says it needs to calculate the differences. And once it calculates the differences, then what we'll do, it will use that difference multiplied by new VLOOKUP. So let's remove this difference as well. So we say this difference, I'm going to remove. And this difference will be calculated by what we need here is basically a VLOOKUP to see this value here. So we have the VLOOKUP. Well, let's look here one more time to understand what's going on. So we say this minus that, or no, sorry, this multiplied by the matching value here. And the matching value comes from the VLOOKUP here. So that means we don't have to do much here because this is just a value. This B11, yes, is from these two ending brackets. And the ending bracket is a VLOOKUP. So what we need to do here is to get a VLOOKUP. Yeah, so let me explain that. So we're going to get this value here minus VLOOKUP. And this VLOOKUP searches again for the value here, comma, we get this array again, comma, we say number 1 because we need to look for the value here, comma, range lookup. So that's true. Enter, we get this value. So we see, let's double check if this is really correct, because that doesn't look 100% correct. And the reason why it doesn't look correct is because of the priorities. So you need to say here needs to be a priority, so put it in brackets. Enter. Now we get this amount here. So we have this amount. If we would remove this, this should be exactly the same amount that we have. And we can double check that. Is this really true? How can we check that? We can do this minus that. This multiplied by then let's see, the bracket number 3, of course, here. Yes, this matches. So you can see this tax amount is matching. As you can see, it sometimes it gets very confusing because the formula is getting very deep. However, if you follow step by step from beginning and then going to the end, is better than if you would do from the ending part going to beginning, because you will get a big trouble with your formula afterwards. So now we have this part. And we already figured out our ending bracket, so this is not necessary anymore. So we have this amount. So we have here as well, what is this? This is probably not even necessary very soon. So we have this amount here, and we have this here. So if we would, what we really want to do is we want to add these two together, right? So that's the amount we need to get. So how will we do this? Well, simple. What we do is we get this. So I'm going to calculate these two together. So what we do is we have here this value. I'm going to make sure that we have this. I will just hard code this so we can compare our values. This is probably one of the useful things to do. So we have this, let me say plus this. And this plus, we need to see what's going on here. So this is a VLOOKUP. So I'm going to copy this or cut this. Then I say here plus. Alright. So you can see now we have a formula here matching. So this formula is now really complete. So if I just copy this, and I will go in here, and just paste this, we have the exact value what we need. Let's remove all of this. I'm going to delete all of these, and let's test it out. Let's say we are now not earning 50,000, we are only earning 20,000. How much are we going to pay? 300. So is this really true? Double check. This minus that multiplied by this. Oh, this is this multiplied by 19 cents on the dollar. Enter. There you are. This works perfectly. What about if we earn $100,000? 24,000. You can see it adds this up and then it will add things. What about 50,000 for bracket number 5 if we're earning 200,000? 60,000, so this could be very well true. Let's double check that. By equal this minus that, and this multiplied by 45 cents on the dollar, and then we add this plus that, and then we have the perfect match. So you can see this is the way how you calculate this, and now you can answer the question. So if you would say, well, let's see, we have a new person, there's James, and James also would like to know the value. So how you do that? If you would drag down now, you will get trouble, and the reason why you get trouble is because you don't freeze the cells. So if this would be 50,000, maybe it will work, maybe not, but there will be some trouble. So what we want to do here is we want to freeze the cells by pressing F4. So make sure you understand which one you need to freeze, not the value of B9, no, because B9 is the value you use, but we have to use for the VLOOKUP array, which is this box here. So F4, F4, you will see the dollar signs, will freeze them, F4, F4, and here as well, F4, F4, enter. Now if we will drag this down, this will work. And then let's get the design here as well. Enter. And this is the way how to do it. So let's see if this really is work. Let's validate this minus bracket number 3. Since this is bracket number 3, we can multiply this by 32.5 cents on the dollar. This plus this, and there you are. So now we have our formula calculations, and this is really how you can do it and how you can calculate. And you notice it is a very long process with multiple formulas, and it can be very confusing. However, if you first make it step by step, and once you have everything working on a step-by-step basis, then you can merge all these formulas together and you have it done. And this is how you can use wonderful formulas for the Australian text. Of course, I'm sure that there are more rules and more options. However, this is really a basis to give you a practice run. Once you have the practice run, you can continue and fine-tune anything. If you like videos and information about Excel like this, check out my video course in the link below. In there you can find a wonderful Excel course.